The most dangerous version of the Golden State Warriors is officially here. According to the latest report by Jason Dumas, quote, "I've been told that Andrew Wiggins is back in the Bay Area. He has spent most of the recent weeks out of town." Now, we haven't seen Wiggins on the court since February. There are rumors out there talking about why Wiggins has been gone. Personally, I'm not that big of a fan when it comes to figuring out what's going on with the player's personal life because I think that's the bare minimum of privacy they deserve. For Wiggins, when we look back at his contribution last season, he's a critical part of this Warriors' success. No matter if it's on offense or defense, Wiggins plays an irreplaceable role for this Golden State franchise. Along with this, don't forget the fact that GP2 is back as well, and we're going to see some minutes of him on the court these past few games. With the NBA playoffs right around the corner, the Golden State Warriors are finally beginning to have their complete roster coming in. In today's video, we'll be talking about why everybody in the league should be afraid of this Golden State Warriors with the return of Andrew Wiggins and Gary Payne II. So without further ado, let's roll the intro.
Hi. I'm on my match in the dark. 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 I'm on my match.
Yo, what's up guys, Jason's here back with another video. If it's your first time watching, I cover news and reports for every single team in the league. If you want the latest basketball news and rumors on your feed, all you gotta do is to leave a like and subscribe so that you won't miss any of my future upload. Let's start the video by talking about Andrew Wiggins. After getting an extension this past offseason, Wiggins only played 37 games so far, averaging 17.1 points, 5 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and 1.2 steals per game, while shooting a great 39.6% behind the arc. The final few games Wiggins played didn't go so well, and if you look at the fact that Wiggins has been gone for almost 2 months now because of personal reasons, I think that definitely has something to do with his mediocre performance in those games. However, we cannot hide how effective Wiggins is for the Warriors. Last year in the playoffs, Wiggins was a key player for Golden State. From a number perspective, it might be hard to see, but if we actually watch the game, Wiggins was mostly responsible for guarding the opponent's best players. And when it comes to fit, there was a glaring hole for the Warriors when Wiggins was out. While the Warriors tried Jonathan Kuminga, who is actually playing not so bad, it wasn't as efficient. And to compromise this, the Warriors often has to put 3 guards on the court, which means rebounding and shot blocking gets worsened significantly. Now, Golden State's front court was already an issue before trading away James Wiseman, and after that trade, it's even worse. With Wiggins switching guard from 1 to 4, it will leave a lot of flexibility for the Warriors rotation. And from a financial perspective, Wiggins is helping out the Warriors a lot. Although he has a $33.6 million cap hit this season, that number goes all the way down to $24.3 next due to the new extension. Now, despite the fact that Andrew Wiggins is not back in the Bay Area, there is no guarantee that he'll come back on the court anytime soon. Nonetheless, it's a great indication that there is a very good chance that Wiggins will come back once the playoff takes place. Reports are confirming that Wiggins is in shape and has been training, so that's some very good news for the Warriors fan base and organization. Okay, now let's move on to Warriors' old friend, Gary Payne II. After a splashy season last year, GP2 decided to sign with the Portland Trail Blazers. That was no doubt a pretty big loss for the Warriors because GP2 was arguably the best defender for Golden State. But you know, something is just meant to be, and the Warriors were able to swap James Wiseman for GP2 in a huge 4-team trade before the trade deadline. So far, off the 3 games GP2 has played, he was averaging 5.3 points, 2.6 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and 1.1 steals per game, while shooting 50% behind the arc. The old GP2 is back just like before, decent scoring here and there with solid 3-point shooting and as usual elite defense. Now without a doubt, the Warriors defense this year is one of their biggest weaknesses, and with the presence of GP2, their whole defense will be up to another level. And along with the return of Andrew Wiggins, the Golden State Warriors roster is finally complete. And don't forget the fact that GP2's cap hit next year is only about $8.7 million. As mentioned previously, Wiggins' cap hit will go all the way down to $24.3 million next season, meaning the acquisition of GP2 does not hurt the Warriors' cap space at all. Now, I'm making this video before the Nuggets game, so Golden State is right now sitting comfortably at the 5th spot in the West. There are still a few games left and anything can happen in the Wild West, but things are starting to look very good for the Golden State Warriors, and let's see what happens in the playoffs. Alright guys, that's all we got for today's video. Let me know your thoughts on the returning of Andrew Wiggins and GP2 for the Golden State Warriors. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and follow me on social media with all the links in the description box down below. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.